What's up, YouTube? This is Tavel, and this is part 2 to my authenticating the birth certificate. Finally got mine back from the Department of State, and this is how it looks. This should be the first page if you do it correctly. It's backed by full faith and credit, and it's basically the same as the original, the live record of birth. This is page 2. Page 3. Page 4. If you ordered your birth certificate of vital records, you could have one more additional page. And if you have that additional page, then you would want to go to the county clerk to have them verify that. And the county clerk would give you it'll be a pink paper when they do their verification. After that, you want to write up an affidavit of ownership and attach that to, first get the affidavit notarized, then you can have it certified on the county level, which I did, and you'll receive a pink piece of paper with that. And I'm going to also do it on the state level this week. And then I'm going to attach that to my birth certificate, and then that process will be complete. And once it is complete, then you'll be able to use this as a passport if you so choose to. I did an affidavit and declaration of allodium, and I'm going to define these terms. But first, I want to say that there's 3 types of English. The first type is what we grew up on. It's called slang, and that changes from time to time. The second type is what we go to school for, proper English. And the third type is what judges, cops, lawyers, that society, they created their own language, and it's called legalese. And their dictionary is called the Black's Law Dictionary, and there's a couple others, law dictionaries. But the definitions in these dictionaries are different from the Webster's. So it's very important that you get your hands on one of these dictionaries. I have the 4th edition, which I believe the 5th edition, they stopped putting case law along with the definitions. So I recommend the 4th edition. Affidavit: a written or printed declaration or statement of facts made voluntarily and confirmed by the oath or affirmation of the party making it, taken before an officer having authority to administer such oath. The second definition is a statement or declaration reduced to writing and sworn to or affirmed before some officer who has authority to administer an oath or affirmation. Declaration: the first of the pleadings on the part of the plaintiff in an action at law, being a formal and methodical specification of the facts and circumstances constituting his cause of action. The definition of declaration is pretty extensive, so you can just go through that on your own. And this is where you hit them hard. Allodium: land held absolutely in one's own right and not of any lord or superior. Land not subject to feudal duties or burdens. An estate held by absolute ownership without recognizing any superior to whom any duty is due on account thereof. Now let's go back to the affidavit. I, the undersigned, first lien holder, beneficial owner, having attained the age of majority, depose and declare that I am familiar with the facts recited and that the party named in said birth certificate are one and the same. No individual, person, or natural person could ever claim superior position. As per doctrine of merger, I therefore now claim legal and equitable title. The combination of a duly authenticated certificate of title and an attached claim is what is known as a counterdeed. From the perspective of trust law, you now hold in your hand a deed to you. From the perspective of commercial law, you hold a first in time, first in life document to you. In other words, you are now the real party in interest and holder in due course to the title to you. So, what good is it correcting your status? For starters, it is a very cool looking document and it gets your feet wet navigating through various levels of government. Far more importantly, in every court case, the issue of standing, status, case, and controversy must be satisfied to move forward. Part of why we have a nanny state is that under the legal system they have set up, we are all seen as ward of the state. Our status as citizen principal is not respected even if our house is paid off, we have a good job and money in the bank. This process is a major stepping stone in correcting the record of your status to citizen principal like before the 14th Amendment, as opposed to the citizen subject status of almost everyone walking around today. Since all crimes have been converted from common law crimes to commercial crimes, 27 CFR 72.11. This document makes you the first in time, first in line lien holder against your name. As you learn more of who you are in the legal and lawful sense, you'll find this is a powerful and useful document. Now I want to talk about how long this process actually takes. It takes about 7 to 8 weeks if you do everything correctly. Mailed it off August 17th, got there the next day. The 18th, I did next day shipping. When I called about to get a status update, the lady told me that from the time it reaches the P.O. box, it takes 2 days for it to actually reach the office. So they actually mailed it off the October 6th. It got to me, well, it was supposed to get to me October 8th. Unfortunately, I put the wrong zip code. I just moved. And so it got returned to sender. But once I contacted them, the guy mailed it out the exact same day, and I received it about 3 days later. Now, when you call these people, you want to believe they open up at 8. You want to start calling about 7:58, I would say, and you should get through if you call around that time. If you call after that, just you're not going to talk to anyone, and I'll show you an example. So I would say don't even waste your time. Now I want to talk about how much you should expect to pay going through this process, just the authentication part. Okay, for me, it costs $20 to get my birth certificate. I got 3. That was 60. On the Secretary of State level, they charge $15 per document. Cost me $45. The U.S. Department, they charge $20 per document. So that was 60 for me. My money order was $1.65. And the shipping cost $54. So total I spent $220. So that's kind of what you should expect to pay if you get 3 documents and you're doing it on your own. In total, I would like to have 5 birth certificates authenticated. So I'm going to do my last 2 when I go through this process with my parents. I'm going to do this process for them and probably my siblings and probably a couple friends. But I just wanted to get my feet wet, navigating through the various levels of the government. If you have any questions, you can just shoot me an email.